The boss of the American bank Goldman Sachs has slammed Chancellor Rachel Reeves' economic policies, warning that her non-dom tax raid is hurting Britain. In her budget last year, the Chancellor scrapped the tax status, which allowed wealthy individuals with connections abroad to avoid paying full UK tax on their overseas earnings. And that's the crucial bit, it's on their overseas earnings. But asked if the government should revisit its non-dom rules, the boss of Goldman Sachs, David Solomon, told the Master Investor podcast, I think when you look at any jurisdiction, tax policy has to make sense. Incentives matter. If you create tax policy or incentives that push people away, you harm your economy and you don't drive revenue increases. His comments come just days after government borrowing soared. Look at that. That is our live debt clock. The UK national debt grows at a rate of £5,170 per second. But of course, according to the Chancellor, this is all blamed on geopolitical events.
As it is today, with the uncertainties, the geopolitical uncertainties, the trade uncertainties, but also the increase in the global issuance of government debt. Take the US or Germany, for example. All of those things are pushing up government bond yields, pushing up the cost of borrowing, including for the UK.
Oh, gosh, so it's not her fault, is it? Well, I'm joined now by the personal finance expert and founder of Money Magpie, Jasmine Birtles. Jasmine, thank you very much. Just zooming out for a second, one of the big things about Rachel Reeves before the last election was that she, and not my words, quote, passed the sniff test for the boardrooms at places like the big banks. They're now regretting that, I think, aren't they?
Yes, I think they are. And, you know, to be fair to Rachel Reeves and Keir Starmer, both of them know what they need to do. They know that they need to make serious cuts rather than taxing. But politically, they can't do it. Their own party won't let them do it. The voters, to be honest, won't let them do it. And so, as you've just said, you know, Rachel Reeves is blaming, I mean, such a nice, easy one to blame. Blaming global situations, global headwinds, and it's not that. Okay, there's a bit of that, but it's the party's actual own policies. That's what's pushing bond yields up, and bond yields, by the way, are higher now than they were during the Liz Truss.
Well, quite, which is what everyone should be screaming at every single person from Labour when they say, you supported Liz Truss. Well, OK, even if you did, it was better than it is now. One of the other things let's talk about that non-dom issue. Now, a lot of people watching and listening to this, myself included, you know, will probably... We'll never be a non-dom, maybe. You know, we might not speak in the kind of sheer wealth that maybe some of these people are dealing in. But why is it important for the rest of us if these non-doms get scared and disappear?
Yes, I think it's one of those issues where you think, so what? Big rich people, who cares about them? Why should they pay all the tax that they should? But as you say, it actually does matter to us because although giving a friendly tax regime to non-doms means that they are paying less tax than they would otherwise, they're still paying tax and they're paying a lot of tax. If you take the non-doms and just the general rich people in this country, the top 1% of earners in this country pay a third of the tax. It's huge. So if they leave, if the non-doms leave, and as I say, it's not just the non-doms, we've got sort of rich British people as well, but the more of these that leave, and we do have a lot of millionaires and billionaires leaving. Britain is the second highest for billionaires and millionaires leaving, next to China. The more that they leave, the less lovely tax money we have, and the more we, the lower earners, have to stump up the cash later on.
Yeah, and just finally, and we brought that debt clock up earlier. I don't know if we might be able to whiz it up now. I get that it's a bit of a depressing watch, this. But, yeah, 5,170 quid a second the UK national debt goes by. Is someone going to try and call that in at some point?
Well, that's what governments are supposed to be doing. I mean, yeah, and when you say someone call it in, that we've got a lot of lenders, China, USA, the Middle East, all sorts of pension funds, loads and loads of lenders. So, hey, you know, they might do at some point. But the thing is, when you have a huge debt like that, nobody wants to rock the boat. They'll put the price up. So that's going to be a problem. It's already a problem. It's already more expensive for us to service that debt. The interest rates have gone up. But if somebody calls it, the whole thing could collapse, really, and that's where we're at the moment. So
It's
I
a problem.
think, you know, we'll
It's
see.
a big problem. Well, Jasmine, look, thank you very much. Great to have you on the show. It's Jasmine Birtles, though, is a personal finance expert and founder of Money Magpie. Great stuff.